Princess Anne is currently in hospital recovering from minor injuries sustained at her country home. Of course, it's getting a lot of coverage. The Royal Rota is covering it, but there is something that you will not see from the media, in particular, the British media. You're probably not going to see photos of people visiting her because the palace has told the media not to. As I understand it, journalists were given briefing notes from Buckingham Palace. Reporters and editors were made aware that if they sought to obtain, take, or publish photos of Anne's visitors or try to obtain her medical records and information, which that's illegal, you shouldn't do that anyway, that if they published them, there would be repercussions. Now, demand and refrain or politely ask not to are all different things, but if you're in the British media and you depend on access to the royal family for your stories, for your job, for your livelihood, you work in a media ecosystem that largely sees its job as protecting the monarchy, not reporting on it, you're not gonna F around and find out. But why no photos of visitors? Presumably Zara and her brother will go and her husband Mike, and those aren't people that are camera shy. This obviously wasn't a Buckingham Palace rule when Camilla was visiting Charles in hospital. But you know what did happen? We never saw photos of people coming to and from to visit Catherine. And that, coupled with the fact that it was a 13-night stay and the press release from Kensington Palace was wild about this entire situation, it led to speculation and some questions. In Princess Anne's situation, the argument is that taking photos of visitors coming to and from would violate her right to privacy. This is actually a really interesting conversation that of course we can't have online because people are just gonna scream at each other. Essentially, what amount of privacy should public figures expect? What do they deserve? And where should the media push back? The other wild thing is how this incident is described. This is from the Daily Beast. Tom Sykes attended Eton with Prince William. Princess Anne hospitalized for head injury, horses suspected. Are you questioning horses? Was it premeditated? And I'm not horsing around here. Head injuries are extremely serious, and it's good that she is in hospital being evaluated and treated. But listen to the way this article puts it. Quote, "It is understood that she was taking an evening stroll with horses nearby when she was hurt. The Princess Royal was left with minor wounds to the head, and her medical team are understood to believe these are consistent with a potential impact from a horse's head or legs." Was it a horse or not? As I'm going to write about when it comes to the media coverage of Catherine's health update a few weeks ago, it is so strange when they are lazy with words and timelines, and when they are extremely specific. Based on how journalists were briefed on this, it is intentional that you are seeing people being very careful about labeling this. Now, they are more careful with blaming an animal than they ever were with Meghan Markle. Let's not respond hastily and blame a horse for injuries that are concurrent with a horse's legs and head. But on the other hand, Meghan Markle tried to Princess Charlotte because she had baby's breath in the bouquet. So bad, and it barely resembles journalism. Anyway, just something to keep an eye out for.